Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this live video where we're going to be talking about how to get started in New Jersey. So if New Jersey is where you live or you plan to live or plan to have a business, then this one is for you. And before we get started, quick introduction. My name is Bethany. I'm the creator of this group and also the Home Care Agency Startup Academy, where we help current owners, future owners really get started and or dial in systems to help their agency run with efficiency and ease. And if you are just getting started and you're looking for a checklist, you can head over to my website, bethanyratcliffe.com/hub, and then you'll find my checklist, okay? So New Jersey, getting started in New Jersey. I love researching all the states, just first and foremost, because they're also different in their requirements, and I always learn so much. So with New Jersey, a little bit of different language. We often hear of personal care agency. When we speak of an agency, we hear of a home care agency. Trying to think of some others. This is one I had never heard of. So New Jersey calls it a healthcare service firm. Healthcare service firm. So very different. And there's a couple unique requirements in New Jersey. And we're going to go through just a couple of things together. So I want you to know what you'll be needing to think about if you're going to be getting started in New Jersey. And as always, the links to all of that, what I'm talking about, will be in this New Jersey guide right inside of the Facebook group here. So on that note, if you go to the search bar, you type in your state, you should be able to find information on your state. If it's not there, then we haven't reviewed it yet, and we will definitely be getting to it. So, all right, on to New Jersey here. So always reference your definitions when you're trying to learn what your state wants of you and what you're going to be needing to do. You want to reference your definitions. That's one thing that you've got to do. So for example, a healthcare service firm means a person who operates a firm that employs individuals directly or indirectly for the purpose of assigning the employed individuals to provide healthcare, personal care, or companion services, either directly in the home or even at a facility. So that's kind of interesting, right? That kind of opens the door a little bit more, perhaps, for those of you in New Jersey, that by looking at this definition, you can have people that you hire to go into homes, but also maybe even facilities. That would be like a nursing home, assisted living, long-term care facility, right? So that can expand your services potentially if you're wanting to do that. So that's kind of cool. All right, so the initial registration requirements. You're getting registered in New Jersey, right? You got to register with the division by submitting the following to the director. So a registration form that has on it the name of your agency. So you got to come up with your name of your agency. And then you need to have on there about any ownership, anybody else who takes ownership in your company, if it's just you, or if there's directors, there's other owners, officers, principals. You got to have your primary locations, those figured out. Now, if you do have officers, principals, other members, you got to have all of their demographics as well. So you've got to have their address for each of them and their phone number, all of that. So you also need to have proof that about their criminal background, that you've run criminal background on all of these people that are involved in your agency. You've got to have some insurance as well. So you've got to have a bond. You've got to have other insurances, of course, as well, like professional and liability. I don't know the amounts that they're requiring here, but the bond is $10,000. And they want to know any background information, like if you've had licenses in any other states, okay? All right, so that's really all that they want for getting that initial registration started. So that seems like kind of easy peasy, right? Like, that's not too bad. It's like they just kind of want they want to know the name of my company. They want to know if there's other members, their information as well. And I've got to do some criminal background checking. And I also need to have some insurance, right? That just sounds really easy. And I was like, that seems really simple, New Jersey. So that got me thinking, I want to do a little more digging. I want to see what the actual application looks like. So the actual application, there's more information that's needed, right? And that seems more in line. When we're talking about states that require licensure, registration, certification, there's usually a little bit more involvement, if you will. Even in my state, we are registered. We're moving into a licensure model, but next year, they require a good chunk of stuff, but not everything that your states that require licensure do. So I know with New Jersey here, they're talking about registration, and then I think I've also seen them speaking to licensure as well. So I got to clarify that. But I'm like, I know there's got to be more than just those pieces. So, all right, the application. So for the application, that is all done online in a portal, but I was able to get my hands on a PDF so that I can actually see what it looks like, just to get the information for this conversation and to also put in the group, because I think this is really nice. Before you sit down, create that portal. Sorry, my little bulldog is like snoring and sleeping, and he's so tired. We got a kitten, and he thinks that this is, side note here, he thinks this is like his baby. Oh, he just woke up, I think, 'cause I said kitten. And he like follows her around, and he like is like cleaning her, like licking her face all the time. So, and he's allergic to cats. So that's, yeah. So we'll watch that. He's allergic to a lot of things, but anyway, okay. This application and going on the portal is what I was saying. That takes a little bit of work getting your portal set up. So if you want to be prepared before all that, take a once over on this application. Now, where they have moved to a portal, I can't guarantee you that this is all up to date, but it will definitely give you something to review, tangible, so that you can then be prepared to enter that portal. Okay, so instructions to apply for registration as a healthcare service firm. Of course, we're going over a lot of those demographics and just regular information, right? So the business name. And then they want to know your type of business, what your entity is. Are you a sole proprietor? Are you an LLC? Are you an S Corp, a C Corp? And you can learn more about that on the IRS website. You can learn more about that by talking to a tax accountant and figuring out what entity is best for you to enter into. And they want proof of that. So if you're going to check mark LLC, they want to see that certificate that you get as an LLC. Okay. So they want proof of that. And let's see, the business address. Now with the business address, I was reading about that when they come out and do your survey. It can be a home address. Okay. I just want to see, because I know I read this. Now, where is it? Okay. It can be a home address, but it's got to have a separate entrance. It's got to have a separate entrance. And there was something else. Can't remember now exactly, but I'll remember it and we'll go over it. But you can have a home address, so that's kind of cool if you don't want to run right out and get a commercial office space, right? Okay. So it does look like with New Jersey that you've got to have a nurse. You've got to have a nurse that you either hire on like just for certain pieces or regularly, certain pieces meaning like training or certain cases that need an RM. So need to really kind of figure that out. The next part of the application, again, goes into all that insurance coverage. They also want you to have a federal ID number. So you'll need to get one of those. And then, let's see, they want to know next about ownership and the percentage. If you have somebody who's in this with you, whether they're active or silent, they want to know about ownership of this firm. That's what they're calling it, a firm. Okay. The application fee is $500 to send this in. Then there's some work that has to be done, some affidavits that have to be filled out, and they need to be done so with a notary. So you're going to have to do that. Now, this sounds like a lot of pieces, right? It sounds like a lot of pieces, but you take it one thing at a time, just like with anything, I suppose. And it really isn't. It really isn't that bad. And it can be worked through. All these requirements can absolutely be worked through. They can be taken care of easily. Just take it, again, one piece at a time, right? Set a goal for when you want to get this completed and then just work that. Is it once, every 2 days? Is it once every 3-4 days? Whatever you can do. And you'll get there. You'll definitely get there. If you try to take it all on at once, that could be very overwhelming. So set a goal when you want to have it done by, and then just work that goal. So I think that's all I have for New Jersey. I will share those links so that you can reference this some more about that. And I was just trying to see, I was looking at the audits about the home office. There was 2 things. One, a separate entrance, and the other, I know you're going to have a log filing cabinet. That doesn't matter if you're home or in a commercial space. It escaped me. I can't remember, but that's okay. All right. Well, I hope that this was helpful. Please leave any questions that you have below, and I will talk with you soon. Take care.